Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Morning, Barbados. Good to have you in company for another presentation of our morning breakfast show. And of course, it's December, so we are absolutely in Christmas mode, as I'm sure you are. I've seen you, I've been watching you from afar and up close in the various shops and wherever things are sold. I know I've been seeing you getting out and trying to make the best of this Christmas season. Just be careful as you move around, and you want to put a little extra time for those of you here in Barbados into your planning, because there's some repaving going on across the highway and it's causing some delays. So make sure that you are prepared for that. Remember, you can get online and share with us. You can email us as well, morningbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. That's only because, you know, we Bajans say morning. Don't necessarily say morning. So just be pleasant to your neighbors this morning as well as you head on out. Some people as well, spreading that Christmas spirit as we know it. Morning Barbados is brought to you with the compliments of Jordan's Supermarket. 4 fantastic locations to serve you better. 2 in Bridgetown, of course, Fairchild Street and Baxter's Road. On the West Coast, you can find them just in the St. James area. They're over at Fitz Village, and you can also find them up north in Speightstown. So make sure you head on in, because they're offering some wonderful stuff. Of course, your top choice for high quality products and excellent customer service at their locations. You can check them on Instagram as well at Jordan Supermarket BB, or their website at jordansupermarketbb.com. Of course, they have a big spend and eat competition going on this season and beyond, with $100,000 in free groceries to be won. Large screen television sets to be won every month as well. So here's how you enter. From now until January 31st, for every $50 spent in cash purchases at any branch of Jordan's, you will receive an entry form. Clearly print your name, address, telephone number, and entry form on the entry form, and place it in the entry box located where you shopped at the supermarket. And you could be a part of, first of all, weekly draws for $200 grocery vouchers at each supermarket. So that happens every single week. You can be a big part of that. And then the final grocery draw takes place on Wednesday, the 5th of February, 2025. So you can get in all of your Christmas shopping, all of your New Year shopping, even a little bit of Valentine shopping before this competition it comes to an end. But you have a chance to win every single week. Coming up on today's show, you also have a chance to win with us in the Jingle All the Way and Win. And there's a rule. I can't even say it's an unspoken rule. They say I have to jingle every time I say that. Jingle all the way and win with the compliments of Standard Distribution on Wildy and Flo. We have some fantastic prizes for you. One small question, a very simple question. You call us on 228-5562 or 228-5563. As long as you get the answer right, you pick a number 1, 2, or 3 to determine which gift you get. And that's with the compliments again of Flo and Standard. So you definitely want to look out for that. But we wanted to start this morning by talking with an author in our segment we love to call The Next Chapter. And we love to feature Barbadian authors who are doing fantastic things. This next lady, this is her very first book. But what's in it is nothing new to her. This is what she's been doing for many, many years, and what I dare say she loves to do. So welcome and good morning to Rosemary Herbert, author of this beautiful little book here called Nuggets for Kids. And this particular one in the series is called Fearless. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's wonderful to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now
pleasure.
before we even get into the book, let's start talking about how you got to this place. So you have been teaching Sunday school and working with children for a very long time. How did you get into being a Sunday school teacher?
Actually, I started when I was about 13, 14, and I had some very good mentors in the Sunday school I was attending at the time. And they taught me the ropes. And I remember there was also a senior lady in the church who used to go into the community teaching Sunday school in the evening, and she roped me along with her, and that kind of started my wings and into this process. And I have a love for children, and I have a love for breaking down the Word of God so that they can understand, and that's what started me in this process.
Through the years, you've also had a Sunday school type Christian organization for little ones as well?
Yes. At one point, I used to have a Bible club at my home. And then within more recent years, actually around 2019, I went out into one of the communities within St. Michael, and we started a children's Bible club there. And we used to have it on Sunday evenings at the pavilion. And children came as however they were. And in that process, in that children's Bible club, that's kind of where I started to write stories to be able to explain the Word of God to the children a lot better.
What are some of the lessons that, immediately come to mind that you sought out to share with children that you're now looking to share in this book, Nuggets for Kids?
Actually, in this particular book, there are 8 stories, and each story has an element of fear. And I wanted children to understand that they don't need to be fearful for the particular situation that they're in. One of the stories is about bullying. And, in the story, we sought to help the child to overcome bullying. And not just the child who was being bullied, but those children who were bullying the child. We sought to help them. So the stories help the children to overcome whatever challenge that they're going through. Just that this particular series deals with all fear.
How did these 4 stories about being fearless come about?
8 stories. Some of them are a play on something that actually happened, where I embellished what took place. Actually, the first story is about a child being fearful for animals, and that child who was fearful for animals was me. I was afraid of dogs, so I embellished the story and roped in my experience into the story. Others are just fiction, stories that God gave me, and I just, expand on the idea that God had given me.
How long did it take you to pull these stories together?
Okay. As I said, I started around 2019 to write the stories, but then last October and November, I started to pull it into a book form. And let's say about May or so this year, the book was kind of completed.
And what was the process like from writing these stories to determining, I'm going to make this a book?
Actually, I had some encouragement to make it a book because after writing the stories and sharing them with my peers at church, one of them encouraged me and pushed me and prodded me and poked me to, go ahead and take that leap of faith and write the book. And then I had some assistance from one of my in-laws who has already written a book, and she was able to guide me along the path as to, okay, so you need to change it from the passive tone of voice to the active tone of voice. And she was really a great inspiration to me in making this thing happen. And then there was the editors, back and forth with the editors and trying to make sure that your grammar is correct, the layout is correct, the pictures are, in the right position and stuff like that. So it was a good process, and I really did enjoy it.
And you roped in the entire family, not just the in-laws. You roped in the entire family because these beautiful illustrations, and we definitely have to have an entire conversation about this. These illustrations are done by your 16-year-old great niece.
Yes.
How did that come about? How did that conversation even begin?
Well, Amaris has her name is Amaris Nichols, and she has a love for art from the time she was a small child. Actually, she's submitted pictures to NIFCA and won gold awards and stuff like that. And I wanted some person who can see this book through the eyes of a child. And she really did take the stories, and if you will see from her graphics that the characters are really through the eyes of a child. They're very childlike, and that's what I really appreciate about the artwork within the book.
Yeah, what was the process like for her in terms of, because I would imagine she had to first read the stories,
Yes.
and then gauge what she wanted to do, present you with a few ideas.
Yes, she
Tell me
did.
about that interaction.
Okay, so we would have gone through some of the stories, and I gave her a little bit of ideas, as to what I was looking for. But the actual cover, she came up with this cover all by herself. And when you look at the cover, you can see that the cover actually blends well with the subtitle, Fearless. Here is this little young child hanging at the side of
yes.
the tree trunk, the tree branch, sorry. And then there is the other standing on the branch, showing that they're really fearless. And that captures the essence of the book, fearless. I don't need to be afraid.
She must have been very excited to see it when it all came together.
Yes, she was.
And what about you? How did you feel to be able to, because for people of a certain generation, everybody now is saying, oh, it's digital, it's online. But for people of a certain generation, it feels good to have a book, and then to have it with your name on it must have been an awesome feeling.
It was an awesome feeling. When the sample of the book arrived and I saw it, my heart just melted. I felt really excited to see a book with my name on it. That was really, really an awesome feeling.
Now, you mentioned that this is going to be the first part of a series.
Yes.
So you have to give us a little cue in. Have you started writing other stories that you hope to share in subsequent publication?
I have already started my second book, and the next in the series is called Forgiveness. And so I've written two stories so far. I have the outline of the other 6 stories. It will be 8 stories again. And hopefully I want to have that next year around the same time, I want to be able to be publishing the book again.
How important do you think it is to kind of, and we were talking about this before we came on air, how important do you think it is to be able to get these types of stories and lessons, into children from a young age, coming from a Sunday school teacher with over 40 years experience?
Well, when I look in our society, there's a handful of youth that have gone astray. But I want to reduce that handful to nothing if possible. So the principles in the story, I want to be able to capture the minds of young children. And the target audience for this book is children 8 to 11 years old. So I want to be able to capture the minds of those children so that they would have these principles and the foundation to build on while they go into their youth. Actually, in one of the stories, the coach tells the children of a Bible verse that his mom taught him, that he has now made his mantra going forward. And that is in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in those who tell the truth. And he was able to share that with his team so that as a foundational principle, they can use that going forward in life. And that's the aim of this book, to build that foundation for children so that they would have something to stand on when challenges come their way.
Tell me about the characters that star prominently in the book.
Well, each story has their own characters. They're 8 distinct different stories. And you have in one of the stories, the guy is afraid of animals, as I've said before. In one story, another guy is sick. So his parents are the ones who are experiencing the fear. And then we have in another, a child who is doing online school, but they're afraid to turn on their camera because their home is not as nice as the others. So the Sunday school teacher came up with an idea of using a sheet behind them so that they can have a wall that when they turn on the camera, they wouldn't feel afraid. So each character in the story is very distinct, but they are all experiencing fear. And the adults in their lives use the Word of God to explain it to them and to help them to overcome the fear that they're experiencing.
How important was it for you to make these stories relatable, and not just for little children, but for little children of Barbados or the Caribbean? Because sometimes our stories are a little different from the ones that we see that originate from North America or South America or other parts of the world.
Well, first of all, I wanted to make sure the characters in the story represented our demography. I wanted to make sure that they were Black characters, but yet that there were other races as well. And that's the reason for having children of all shades and all types in the book. And then I wanted the stories to be relatable to our children. I tried to not just have the stories relatable to Barbados, because I remember in one of the stories I was writing and I thought about the common entrance. And then I realized, I can't use common entrance. I want the other people of the Caribbean who don't use that term common entrance in the story. So I had to use an examination. So I tried to make sure that the story had a wide impact and not just related to Barbados, but that most children can relate to it. And actually, in selling the book, I find that people are not just buying them for children 8 to 11. One person said to me, I want to buy a book. And I was kind of curious and asked, how old is your child? She said 18. My child used to experience bullying, and I want her to read this because this would help her as well. So
I think the entire idea of just getting children back to reading is really important. Hint, hint, for a young lady that I know who used to love to read. And these days we have to have all types of conversations about why don't you read as much. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, there's going to be an upcoming book launch. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to draw some great nuggets that we can use throughout life from this lady right here who has, a big, deep-rooted commitment to nurturing faith in the characters within this book, and for the purpose of sharing with our little ones. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we just have a few short days to kind of get into that spirit, because Bajans are still kind of torn between celebrating independence and getting ready for Christmas. I know there are some stations that go full hog from early on in September and say, we're doing all Christmas music. I'm still not for that, but certainly throughout the month of December, we definitely want to make it all about Christmas, which we are doing right here on Morning Barbados. That comes your way with the compliments of Jordan's Supermarket. So make sure you do all of your Christmas shopping at Jordan's. Today we are joined by Rosemary Herbert, and she's here with her book Nuggets for Kids. This one is called Fearless. I'm already excited about the others in the series, so we got a little insight in the last segment into where you will be going with some of the other books, the other stories that you're preparing. But your professional background is so incredibly diverse. From banking to contract management. How has this journey kind of shaped your perspective as an author and a Sunday school teacher?
I guess within the banking environment, you still need to do some writing. You need to do some professional writing. And that would have, I guess, improved my writing throughout the years, because I must admit, as a child, I was not very good at writing stories. And that's why I see this book as a miracle in itself, because God has given me this gifting of writing stories for children. And as I said, professionally, you had to write, you do emails, you do letters, you do correspondence with your peers or with customers or vendors or, whoever you're dealing with. But to write children's stuff, I believe that improvement came, as I said, through my writing within the organization, my professional organization.
All right, that's excellent stuff. What do you think parents should do, based on your stories in this book, to kind of prepare their children for being fearless in certain instances?
The book is a good start. And I not only believe that children should read a book, but I also believe that parents should read a book with their children. It will help them to help the child to overcome whatever fear that they're experiencing, as well as it helps the parent as well prepare themselves for whatever situation that the child might be going through, and it gives them the tools that they can use so that they can assist the child.
All right, that's excellent. Now, for you, on a personal note, how do you continue to share the story in terms of getting people interested in the book? Is it a situation now where it's top of mind and everywhere you go, you're kind of saying, I have this book? Yes. Everywhere I go, I've written a book, and this is the book, it's fearless, and go to tell them, it's 8 stories about children who are experiencing fear. Yeah, so it is the top of my mind, and I've been promoting it wherever I go. And is authoring something you thought that you'd be able to kind of add to your resume at this time?
This was far from my thoughts. It was nothing I had planned to do. But as I said, one of my peers kept prodding me to put my stories into book form. And that's where the process actually started.
Great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Must feel really good to be able to, and you talked about how you felt having the actual copy. Now you're going to actually do a book launch.
Yes. I wanted my family and my close friends to be aware. They were involved in encouraging me. I wanted them to see the fruit that's being produced because of all the encouragement and because of all the labor, if you want to call it, that went into the book. So that's the reason for the book launch, to share that joy with my family and friends.
All right, that's good stuff. So tell us more about it. Is an exclusive book launch? Can people come out and be a part of it? How is it working?
It's an exclusive book launch because I said I wanted my family and very close friends to be a part of it. And it's going to take place on Saturday. And we're going to be using the CIBC Warren's Great House to have the launch. And we're going to have some extras. The person who encouraged me to write the book is going to be reading one of the stories. And Dr. Junie Lynch, who has read the book already and given her opinion or her feedback on the book, which is recorded at the back of the book, she's also going to be presenting. And we're going to see this book through the eyes of a child. One of the children at our children's ministry, she's going to present what she thinks about the book. So we're looking forward to be excited. We're going to have a little children's corner, and we're going to be teaching them how to make their own bookmarks. as well as there'll be a little competition for the children.
All right, that sounds really great. And this really has been kind of a family affair.
Yes, it has
and,
been.
you know, a village,
Yes.
you know, all the people around from church
Yes.
and the like. So I wish you the very best on this book launch. Is there any story in the book, that this particular edition, that really resonates with you?
Actually, my favorite story in the book is called Honesty. And it's about a boy who had he was a Christian, and he played football for his school. And he was faced with, during a match, he was faced with the decision, should I tell the truth or should I, you know, do what everybody else think I should do? Because he was the last person to touch the ball, but the referee didn't see. And he made a decision, I'm going to tell the truth. He went to the referee and he said, I touched the ball last. And of course, you know, it changed the course of the action. His team was already on the brink of winning. And when he made that decision, the ball went to the other side, and his peers, they were a little angry. And they started to show within the game in that the opposing team was able to take the ball and score a goal and level the score. But, you know, he believed what he believed was the right thing to do. And eventually his team won after, you know, they played extra time. But this is where the coach was a little annoyed, because why did you give the ball? What did you say to the coach, to the referee, that made him change his mind? So then he explained, you know, I have a responsibility to tell the truth. And I touched the ball last. And everybody thought the coach was going to be so angry with him. And this is where the coach gave the Bible verse that I quoted to you earlier about the Lord detesting lying lips. And the court said, you know, my mother taught me this when I was a child. And it's now become my mantra. It's now become that thing that I rely on all the time. And you made the right decision in telling the truth.
All right, good stuff. You know, I've enjoyed talking with you about this book. I mean, it looks really good. I am even more impressed that a 16-year-old did the illustrations on this book. Your 16-year-old great niece at that. But definitely a great buy, and as good a time as any for us to get this in the hands of little ones and older ones alike.
Yes.
To remind us of or introduce us to all of those life lessons that can take us far and wide.
Yes.
So congratulations to you on this book, Rosemary Herbert, and I wish you all the best. Where can we find it?
The book is available at Brydon's and Things Gospel. So you can go on out and get your book for this Christmas season as a Christmas gift to someone. Thank you for your support.
Nuggets for Kids. This first one in the series is called Fearless. All right, it's time for our first break here on Morning Barbados. Well, second one. But stay with us. We have a lot more coming up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 6:39, 21 minutes before 7 o'clock. Now, earlier this week, we had the International Day dedicated to just observing those persons who are living with disabilities. We had Senator Andwele Boyce, who came in and co-hosted in the second hour of Morning Barbados. And we had an opportunity to share with some young people who are a part of an organization that is working with and building the self-esteem and lives of some young people who are with the United Society for the Blind. What we want to do is to continue to share. And we had occasion a few weeks ago to meet up with a young lady who moved to Barbados to go to school, and she's a wheelchair user. And so we went out, and it was kind of a day in the life that we wanted to share with you and talk with her about her dreams and challenges and all that happens with her, so that we can put ourselves in the place of a person living with disabilities and see why it's important that we all should be advocating for this legislation to be laid in Parliament and to be adhering to all that it will bring. There will be some big changes, but I'm certain it's all for the better. So let's listen in as I had a chat with Liyalani Robert, a UE student.
I came to UE on exchange to study psychology. I wanted to kind of get a cross-cultural approach because I was raised in America, even though I had Trinidadian roots. So I want to see the difference in how we treated the mental health issues in our communities here. So I came on an exchange. I came to study psychology, and I'm minor in sociology and African studies. So here that would be equivalent to cultural studies.
How did you decide on UE Cave Hill?
So actually it was more of an impulsive thing. So when I was on, because I go to Rutgers, the State University in New Jersey, I go there and I was on the Rutgers global website. So I guess let me take you back. So me and my friend was talking. She was telling me how she was going to Costa Rica for the winter break, and I was like, that is so cool. So she was telling me about how you could study abroad through Rutgers. So I'm looking on Rutgers Global. Initially, I was thinking, I wanted to go to Prague, but I'm like, let me be more intentional with my decision. So I'm like, what do I necessarily want to do? What aligns with who I am? I was like, my Caribbean heritage. So I just so happened to see UE Cave Hill, and they offer psychology, so I just came here.
What did you know about Barbados when you first arrived? I'm sure you did quite a bit of research, so what were your initial thoughts?
Honestly, I didn't do that much research as I should have. Like I said, it was very impulsive, so I didn't know much about Barbados. So when I came here, everything was new, so it's kind of like I was a tourist. Like, I just looked at like, okay, this is a vacation, but you're studying. Remember what you came here for, but I'm just like, I didn't have expectations because Rutgers was telling us at the end of the day, just keep an open mind when you go, but remember that basically this is their country, so don't really go there with the American attitude or acting a certain way. So I just came here. I didn't really do that much research.
What were some of the initial things that surprised you once you got to Barbados?
So when I got to Barbados, what really surprised me was the impaired or differently able individuals. I don't necessarily want to say disabilities because I don't know if that's sensitive over here if they use that terminology. So just the issues with the infrastructure and the narrow roads and the various ditches here and not being able to get on all forms of public transportation. So that's what really shocked me here, because I feel like it wasn't as safe as everybody said Barbados was. I know it's right the safest out of the other Caribbean campuses, but I feel like overall it wasn't safe for me because I like being independent. I'm 22 years old. I understand that I got injured, but I'm not capping my life at injury. I still want to live and learn new things and make experiences, but I'm still going to make the best out of this experience. Whatever odds I get, I'm just going to deal with it from there.
These barriers that you encountered once you came to Barbados, juxtaposition that as to how different it was from coming from home, because I think that would bring home for some people maybe the differences and how they're impacting you being able to be as independent as you want to be.
So you're basically on touching base on the culture shock or other things on
the
this?
Challenges in accessibility.
So yes, I was very surprised because back home in New Jersey, I don't necessarily think about things like just going to the gas station. It seems so like I don't really have to look if the ramp isn't that level to easily get over, or if the roads are going to be too narrow, or I don't necessarily feel nervous to talk to people or anything like that here. So when I was going to the gas station here, I actually ended up falling off of the sidewalk out of my wheelchair, so that was very scary. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to being able to go places and they just have the button that automatically opens the door, or certain accessibility features catered to wheelchair users.
Talk to us about the connections you've been able to make at school, because we know that you obviously have friends who will need to be able to assist you in certain ways.
Yeah, so that has been challenging, I guess you can say, because of course I found people who will accept me as I am and help, but some people don't necessarily know how. I can't really fault them, but it's just I'm able to kind of discern a little bit of who my people are and who aren't. But I feel like I'm a social person. I'm nice overall, so I still talk to people, but it's more like a hi, bye thing. It's not really oh girl, let's go here together. No.
Have you been able to connect with other members of the disabled community here in Barbados?
So it's still kind of in the works. I have talked to, I go to school with a few visually impaired individuals, so I talk to them. We do converse, yes.
Have they impacted your experience at all in terms of seeing other people with disabilities as a part of the unique school cast?
Yes, I actually have, because I realized it was more so imposter syndrome when you feel like you can't be in spaces like this. So to see that they even was close to having advancements for the visually impaired and how supportive they were to them, I knew that there was hope also for my situation. It was just new, and it took work to understand it fully and grasp what I needed.
What immediate changes would you say can be made that would make a drastic difference to your experience here in Barbados?
Well, I would just speak to the leveling of the sidewalks. They can maybe put some type of cement there to make it smoother. That's just an immediate change. I know other things maybe having to ask someone kindly to hold the door for me. I don't mind doing that. But something as simply as getting off the sidewalk or be able to get on transportation. There aren't many electric buses here, and I want to see more of that, because even if you don't necessarily have everything, like those little incentives can go a long way.
How do you balance your academic responsibilities with the additional challenges that you might face as a disabled student? I would imagine it's a lot different from, the student who is not disabled.
Right, so I set a lot of reminders and I journal, so I kind of use that second brain ideology. Like, I use technology for what technology wants to do. Like, I just kind of let it kind of think for me, help me out, not entirely, but I do journal a lot to release my feelings, and I set reminders to remind me of things. Like, 'cause sometimes you get in a moment and just be in your feelings and forget all these things that you agreed to do or certain responsibilities.
Was it easy for your mom and your family to let you go to study in a different country?
No, please. No.
What was the experience when you told them you were going to study in Barbados?
They were nervous, like they were supportive, but it didn't feel entirely supportive, because like, are you sure? What do you want to go to Barbados? Or what do you even know about the Caribbean? What you know about back home? What you know about this? Do you even know how to do this? There's not that many resources. So I kind of had to explain to them, like, I'm in my adulthood now, so I'm just going to learn. What I don't learn now, I'm going to have to learn later.
All right, looking ahead, what are your academic and personal goals during the time here at UE and as you move through life as a 22-year-old?
So here at UE, I really want to just pass with E's and B's, like, most importantly. But I want to soon become a psychologist, but I'm going to start with just getting my master's in social work or like counseling. I want to be that support to people that I feel like wasn't always necessarily there for me.
What role does spirituality or religion play in your overall life?
It actually plays a big part. It didn't always come easy, but once I started being more consistent and like seeking help, like through my religion, things got easier. It taught me things like patience and humility and to be humble, and those are things I really needed. Because in a situation like this, you feel the need to FK so much, but you had to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. You can't be that much of a force to be reckoned with. You gotta still carry yourself gracefully or like a lady. So those are core values that they instill to me or remind me of.
Alright, I want to thank you for sharing with us. Is there anything else you'd like to add for, any young person who's looking on and looking to embark on a life of studying abroad?
I would just say, do whatever you want to do. Don't really let others' opinions deter you away from what you feel inside that you would like to do.
Alright, where have you been in Barbados so far in terms of excitement? Have you been able to go out? What have you experienced?
Yes, I've been out, but when I tell certain people from Barbados, they're like, those are all the tourist parts, like Oysters, Rihanna Jar, Brighton, Bowyard, things like that. They like, why do you only go to the tourist parts? And it's like, I don't really know nowhere else. Like, y'all gotta teach me.
Yeah, alright, well thank you for sharing with us, Liyalani.
Thank you for having me.
That you sharing your story can be inspirational to students everywhere.
I hope so as well.
It really was a pleasure sitting and chatting with Liyalani, and she brought some very interesting things to the fore that we must consider as we move forward. Now, of course, we wanted to share some of the fun times we had even after the show here on Morning Barbados with some of the guests who came through. As I mentioned, Senator Andwele Boyce co-hosted in the second segment of the show, and we also had Udali Wickham, who stuck around a little bit longer after our other guests had left to take a photo at our photo wall just in the lobby of CBC. We truly had a really great time. That's Udali on your left and Nadia, our producer, on the right with Senator Boyce. We had a good time chatting about everything we didn't necessarily talk about on air and the work that's being done. It definitely is a bill that you should look into to make sure that we are actively a part of all of the changes that will come about. And it really redounds to the benefit of the entire community. So make sure that you get involved. Just yesterday, I drove through the car park at Carlton Supermarket. And because I'm always in that area, again, it was just always alarming to me to see people who indiscriminately park in disabled parking spots, accessible parking spots, and it's as if it doesn't impact them at all. So you don't know how you are making someone else's life that much more difficult because you're being lazy and wanting to park just in front of the supermarket, but there's somebody else who might be a wheelchair user or who might have challenges, who needs that extra space and who can't go the distance that you can with your two abled legs. So, you know, let's not do that. That's one of the easiest ways that we can really play our part. All right, Barbados? All right, I'm done preaching for today. Time for another break, but we're going to come back. Still to come, Morning Barbados News, a big giveaway with the compliments of Flo and Standard right here on Morning Barbados, and a whole lot of fun. We're going to be talking in the next hour with Juliet Worrell as well of Touch of Class Women's Road Tennis. She's going to update us on that and a whole lot more. Do stay with me.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited, and the...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so welcome back. It's Thursday already. You know how it goes. It's Q Day, so we're going to tell you about Q in the community a little bit later. But we got some bad news this morning, and we could turn it around, but being good and sharing, especially at this time of year, that is what we're supposed to do. So we got wind that someone who's been here on the show and who shared with us that she had a tragic incident yesterday. She lost her home, unfortunately, to fire. And that's where she would ply her business as well. So she wants to help rebuild. Happy Treats is the name of the business. Talicia Lewis, she was here in the mix. She's the owner of on Morning Barbados. She's the owner of Happy Treats. And she lost her home and business in a fire just yesterday. Okay, so let's support her how we can by helping her rebuild. You can give at that first pay number, and every bit helps. We know that we hear from entrepreneurs early on all the time about how difficult it is, sometimes just even going from day to day. So just imagine losing your entire business at the end of the year as you're looking forward maybe to your busiest season here in December. That can definitely be a challenge. So we want you to chip in and help however you can. Remember, Morning Barbados is brought to you with the compliments of Jordan Supermarket, and they have a fantastic competition that is happening. So it's definitely your top choice for high quality products and excellent customer service at the locations. And let me just pause there for good customer service. Really, really important. Yeah. I think sometimes now people don't even know when they're not giving good customer service. But my every experience at Jordan Supermarket has been that service with a smile, which is the Bajan way. So there are 4 locations in the north, Spitestown, St. Peter, on the west at Fitz Village, St. James, and 2 locations in Bridgetown to serve you better. Baxter's Road, of course, and Bridgetown over at Fairchild Street as well. So you can check them out online to find out more about Jordan Supermarket. And it's simple, jordansupermarketbb.com or at Jordan Supermarket BB on Insta. And you want to be a part of this competition that is coming up, Spend and Eat competition for 2024. You get a chance to win $100,000 in free groceries. Can you just imagine that? Especially for those of us who have to go to the supermarket every month and face the cashier. The little ones are fine. They don't have to worry about that. But for us, I mean, $100,000 in groceries, that definitely can go a very long way. Not only you, but I can see you feeding maybe an entire neighborhood, you know, helping some people out, your community, your tribe, your friends, your family, whomever. This definitely is a great competition that you should enter. And the way you enter, all you do is spend $50 or more in cash at Jordan Supermarket, and they'll give you an entry form. You fill that entry form out, drop it in the box provided, and you could win weekly as well, because at each location they're going to offer a weekly $200 voucher draw. So you get to be a part of that. And then this competition runs right down to the end of January. So you have up to January 31st to be able to submit those entry forms, because the draw is going to be on the 5th of February. So you have a long time to be able to be a part of the competition. It's time now for another break here on MB. Coming up next, we're going to update you with the morning report. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you and welcome back. I'm Tisha Hines with your morning report. Time for an update of the news. So some photos coming into us, some video here at the CBC this morning showing some power lines, not all the way down, but certainly low hanging, just in the area of Haggett Hall. That's if you look at this particular vantage point, this is the turn off from the highway just after you pass the Emancipation roundabout, the Buster roundabout. That would be the turn that would take you back to go back to Sky Mall and that neighborhood. So some low-lying power lines, you definitely have to be careful as you traverse that area. We're going to continue to follow the situation. We'll monitor, and as we hear of any updates, we most certainly will share them with you, not only here on Morning Barbados, but across our services, radio and television as well. Now, further steps are being taken to drive Barbados' renewable energy transformation. The Sustainable Management and Resilience Thinking for Our Energy Revolution project will be implemented for a 4-year period. The revelation has come from Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins. Our Trevor Thorpe reports.
Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, signed the documents at her office with United Nations Development Programme representative Liyalani El-Tayeb. It is to become a catalyst for the development of biogas, solar photovoltaic, wind and other renewable projects as Barbados moves away from fossil fuel-based to renewable energy as directed by the Barbados National Energy Policy. Senator Cummins says the exercise is about bringing new forms of energy into the country in a cost-efficient manner.
Our resilience, our transitioning to new forms of renewable energy is now going to be, or must be, multidimensional. It must continue to integrate solar. It must continue to integrate wind. But it must also look at how Barbados, together with other types of technologies like bioenergy, can contribute to a new energy resilient economy. So this is what this project is aiming to do this morning, and in a coherent way, create the opportunity for biogas to be used, bioenergy, a bioenergy economy, biofuel economy, to be used for transportation, for heating, and for electricity production. Those are some of the key things that we're hoping to be able to accomplish with this project.
Resident representative at the United Nations Development Programme, Liyalani El-Tayeb, says the UNDP is committed to helping Barbados with its renewable energy efforts.
It's a chance for job creation at that level. It's a chance for innovation because the project will be piloting. And hopefully whatever these pilots come out, one of them will be able to be scaled up into a demonstration that can be used. So not only are we working on that level in terms of this bioenergy project, we're also contributing to the Barbados ambition, and I have to stop here and really congratulate Barbados, both on its ambition but also its actions when it comes to the energy transition, but also to its NDCs. And this is going to be a direct contribution to both of those.
Technical Officer in the Ministry of Energy and Business, Frank Branch, says meetings with various stakeholders are planned to bring the project to fruition.
It's supposed to be a 48-month project to be rolled out over a period of 4 years. So we have to get in contact with farmers. We were looking at resource mapping, looking at what are the best substrates in Barbados, the quantities, looking at supply routes, supply chains. With regards to biomass, supply chains are very important, and ensuring you have security of supply as well as economic supply. So we have to look at getting in contact with the farmers and determining what are the best substrates that we have over the duration and how can we best exploit those substrates to produce the desired outcomes.
Reducing Barbados' dependency on fossil fuel is at the core of the initiative as this country moves towards a greener existence by 2030. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
An environment with curiosity, collaboration and inclusion is the recipe for excellence in all endeavors. This was the focus of the principal's remarks at the Parkinson Memorial Secondary School Speech Day as Principal Captain Adrian Ward and others addressed students and parents.
Captain Adrian Ward says there are people who would want to suggest the school cannot achieve excellence, but the staff, management and students must show them otherwise. In his maiden address as principal, he says he's proud to lead the best staff in Barbados' secondary school landscape.
They go above and beyond that which is required. The talent is immense. So let me at this point mention just but a few. During the academic year 2023-2024, Mrs. Joan Harden Millington, Mr. Chad Blackman, they both successfully completed studies at the University of West Indies and were awarded master's degrees in curriculum studies with distinction, that's Mrs. Millington, and Mr. Blackman in science technology education with merit.
Captain Ward says the pass rates for the students in some of their external examinations are pleasingly high.
Of the 34 students who were entered for the exam, because of the effort put in by the member staff, I'm looking at 97% pass rate, with 5 grade 1s, 6 grade 2s, and 17 grade 3s. For that, I raise the name of Miss Shaquilia Nichols to you as that teacher.
Principal of Erdiston Teachers Training College, Dr. Colin Cumberbatch, says he's a strong advocate for the disenfranchised in education. He says he intends to commit the resources of the college to the school.
We are presently working on a slew of workshops that would allow, once we have rolled them out within schools, it would allow teachers to better deal with the caliber of children, because we are mindful that at present more and more of our students are presenting with special educational needs, and we want to make sure that no child is left behind.
A number of children from the junior and senior classes were awarded for their academic success. Wendy Burke, CBC News.
The Copyright Society of Composers, Authors and Publishers Incorporated, or COSGAP, is recognizing A&B Music Supplies Limited for reaching its 50th year milestone. COSGAP's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Erica Smith, says for 5 decades, the company that specializes in retail and distribution of musical instruments, commercial and professional audio equipment, has been a market leader, earning its reputation through its expertise and quality. She was speaking during COSGAP's presentation of a plaque replicating a vinyl record to A&B.
Hub for anyone connected to music in Barbados and a cornerstone of the local music community. It is therefore not surprising that COSGAP would want to recognize and celebrate this remarkable achievement, honoring a business that is truly a pillar for our entertainment industry. So whilst the success of A&B is undoubtedly the result of contributions from many over the years.
Definitely a familiar face, A&B's Chief Executive Officer Mornin Barbados says he's pleased with the recognition his company is receiving for its contribution to the music industry.
This is the second time, or the third time really, that I've been completely bowled over with the attention that everybody is paying to this 50th anniversary celebration. The first one came when we received the award from the National Association of Music Merchants, when they called us and said that they realized we were celebrating 50 years and they wanted to help us celebrate. And myself and Amy flew to California in January and we got this beautiful plaque which is hanging on the wall over there. And I mean, I was just bowled over because I never in my life ever imagined that I would get to that stage.
Congratulations, A&B. The UWI Blackbirds Big Band is kickstarting the festive season with a bang. After a 1-year hiatus, Artistic Director Dr. Stefan Walcott says the band is ready to thrill patrons at the upcoming Christmas at Cave Hill concert. That event is set for Saturday. In the lead-up, the band was busy rehearsing as organizers promised an unforgettable evening filled with live music, a festive Christmas village, and the joy of giving. Attendees are also encouraged to bring a wrapped gift for a boy or girl aged 3 to 12 years.
Because it's not often that you hear a big band in Barbados, especially one this size. That's one major attraction, but also there are other artists on the bill as well too. We have G Syndicate there, we have the UWI Cavite Chorale. They'll also be present, and you get to hear the up-and-coming jazz artists who we are so thrilled to have. We have the mighty Gabby, the Honorable Dr. Anthony Gabby Carter, who will be joining us again. We did some work with him years ago, so now he'll be back in a different format, but he'll be back to play some of the arrangements that we did all those years ago.
Sports. A local cricket enthusiast has big plans to introduce new technology to the sport, which will enhance batting. Dr. Derek Thorpe, in an exclusive with CBC Sports, has shared his idea of implementing guard stripes to assist batters at the crease.
My proposal is, why not have a series of pre-painted stripes on the popping crease that gives the batsman 100% accuracy for guard. They will be there painted by the groundsman before the match starts. And one of the beauty of this innovation is that he can change his guard during his innings at any time without having to ask the umpire for further reference. Whether bowling may change from pace to spin, he can change and adapt on the fly.
Now, Dr. Thorpe has also outlined special branding for the initiative, which will help to promote Barbados and Kensington Oval.
So I'm naming my innovation Kensington Guard Stripes. This insignia will signal to the world that it originated at one of the greatest cricket grounds, not only in the region but in the world. Many famous influential batsmen have not only sprung from there but have batted in this arena. So I want to brand the arena, and I also, by doing that, branding Barbados at the same time. So I'm proposing that the stripes will have colors signifying Barbados flag.
So just a reminder before we go of those down power lines just in the Haggett Hall area off the highway, just after you pass, of course, the Bussa roundabout. You can't turn right into that area. It's a left turn. If you're coming from the Norma Niles roundabout, you know that area just in front of the Goddard's building. That will take you back over to Sky Mall. You want to be mindful as you traverse those areas. I know a lot of people take those roads as shortcuts as they try to get through the traffic to get the children off to school and head on over to work. This video, of course, is compliments of our roving cameraman, always ready and camera in hand and sharing with us, Christopher Wood. So thank you for that video, Christopher. Be careful again as you traverse the area. And we will bring you more news at 12 noon here on TV8. If you're on the move, tune into our radio network of stations, 94.7 FM, 98.1 The One, or 100.7 QFM for the CBC News World at 1. It's time for a break here on Morning Barbados, but do stick around because we have more coming up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7:18, welcome back to today's presentation of Morning Barbados. How many days left till Christmas? Have you been doing the countdown? I most certainly have. I've not been telling you, but think about it. Who knows, that might be the question that you get when we start our Jingle and Win competition. Yeah, I have to jingle this every time I say that. All right, I have a very special lady joining me now to tell me about the Touch of Class Women's Road Tennis competition that's coming up to benefit a lady who is suffering through with cancer. So good morning to you, Juliet Worrell. Good to see you again.
Pleasant good morning to you, and thank you for opening this opportunity that I can share with you so I can get more persons to come out and support this worthy cause.
Absolutely. Before we get into that, a little bit of a backstory. So for the lighting ceremony, which would have been the 1st of November, I was in Bridgetown to cover that event in the evening. And this lady walked up to me and she said, I want to give you this beautiful, you can talk.
Yeah, I want to give you this beautiful corsage. Because the fact that you get up so early in the morning and you come and you grace us with your presence, with information, I think it's deserving that we honor these people. So I said, this is for you.
Absolutely. So she gave it to me and I wore it from that time all the way through the entire, as a matter of fact, I coordinated my clothes based on this corsage that you gave me.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I enjoyed it tremendously. It was very, very beautiful.
You're most welcome. It was my pleasure to offer it to you.
All right. And here you are today. You showed up with a Christmas-themed corsage for me today. Again, so this is beautiful. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk a little bit about this side of things. You're also donning a very beautiful one this morning, but you're here to tell us about this Touch of Class Women's Road Tennis exhibition that's coming up.
Yes. Okay, this tournament starts from tonight, and it's a benefit tournament. Miranda Mann is also a tennis player. She's also our good friend. And she has been fighting this cancer since 2020. And then again in 2022, I know she's at a stage where majority of her resources are depleted. So a day she posted, people talk about social media, the positive and the negatives. And she posted sincerely, you need people most, they're not there. And with a sad face. And someone who was closer to her than I was, I said, please check in with her. And then it was then that I realized the situation. And I said, Miranda, the tennis fraternity is huge. You're a wonderful person. Can we go public on your behalf? She said, I don't know. So Miranda, come, let's go public. And from there, she starts sharing the posts, starts sharing the links where you can contribute and send money to the bank directly to her. And the fact that she's a tennis player, and yes, the fraternity have been donating money in small patches when they host tournaments. I said, why not fitting to have a tournament to culminate the year by calling it Miranda's Christmas Gift. And this tournament is going to be so wonderfully produced. Whereas you can come there with $20 for each person and enjoy a chance at a big hamper in a laundry basket that I would prepare. $5 you can get some finger foods along with the drink. $5 at a chance for a hired car for the weekend. And of course your $5 admission. So that is what I have, and thanks to my beautiful sponsors that make it possible. And of course, the whole format is 2-3. So there are 8 women and 16 men that volunteer, because with the short window, I'm so mindful and grateful that it's Christmas and people take up the time to actually be part of this. So it's overwhelming. That is why it is a short tournament. It's going to be impactful, and the big punch the exhibitions that we'll be hosting on Saturday and Sunday. And must I say, this is the unusual tournament. You get a chance, if you do not advance in the first round, to team up with someone and play in the doubles. It's the first of its kind. It's Christmas, it is fun, it is love, and we want to actually honor those persons because everyone is playing for free. It's a give back. There's no monetary incentive. It's just a beautiful trophy, beautiful atmosphere, enough love, and an excellent production.
That's what it's all about, being Bajan.
That is so
you know,
true.
we grew up in an environment where Barbadians were more than happy to give and share in their various neighborhoods and with friends and family, and this is an extension of that. Where does it take place? We definitely need to know so that we can come out.
Thank you so much for asking. It will take place from tonight, 7 o'clock, at Belfield Hard Court. And to get to Belfield Hard Courts, it is opposite Psychiatric Hospital, or if you're going to Sturdy's Taxi Services, come down inside. You would have valet parking. Don't be daunted by the cars because I expect lots of traffic. We will have valet parking where you can extend onto the pastor. So we make that provisions for you.
All right, tell us a little bit more about Miranda and this fight that she's going through at this time.
Yeah. As I speak to her right now, I'm hoping, I didn't hear from her this morning, but last night when I spoke to her around 10 o'clock, it was not one of her best days because she had a fourth dose of chemo last week. And she was a little bit nauseated and she was not in high spirits. But you know what? Miranda is a fighter. It is aggressive bladder cancer, right? So she's still trying, and she even sometimes in her good days will play for 10 minutes. So if a person is such a high spirit, and after she fought so well, I think it's only fitting that we now come and join her on this fight.
Now you're taking it on with a number of people who are helping you. You're a registered sports organization, so you know what you're talking about. And based on what you've told us, we know that you play as well.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so how did you get into playing road tennis?
Well, that's a long story. It's a case where I had moved to Black Rock, and I happened to live where they have a tennis court in front of my house. They had a Rasta man called Jack Mate, and he saw my athletic potential, and he said, come and play. I don't want to play that. A lot of guys play that. I said, come and try. And then I found I was sewing fellas. I was really, really good at the sport.
You were sewing fellas.
Yes,
I don't know
that is have less
that.
than 10 points. It's called a sew. You know, sometimes we laugh and say, you know what, just, you can get any little animal of your choice, you know. So
not just a sew.
Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, I started in 2014 with an all-female brand when I realized that women wanted to play, but they more or less wanted to be baby. They don't want to train at the top end to play with those elite players. So I broke it down in categories from juniors, over 50s, what I call them lady veterans, and they felt more empowered to see that I did not leave them out. And I rewarded them with the same incentive as the A-class players, so they were comfortable. So other persons saw my potential at other companies, so I host tournaments for other companies. And then in 2023, I was so pleased when they asked me to host the National Senior Games. It was well patronized. They had a lot of persons who say, you know what, I know your brand. You start at 7. You have certain things in place. It didn't just call touch-up class. You exude touch-up class in excellence, presentation, and everything, and we would take part of it. So that was wonderfully patronized, and everybody had a fantastic time. And I did it again in 2024. And God's willing, I would like to do it in 2025.
Absolutely. But we want people to come out from the 5th, that's tonight, to the 8th,
yes, please,
which is my birthday, at Belfield Hard Court, and just be a part of these 12 matches. Break them down for us because you're going to have matches that will move into a semi-final and final as well.
That is correct. Right, tonight, all the players will play. There are 8 women and 16 men. And they will play on both courts because, as I said, it's volunteerism. And we will have officials playing on 2 courts. So one person won't have to feel as though they're burdened with calling 10 matches. So they will play on 2 matches, 2 courts, I must say. And that is 12 matches. And the second day, which is the Friday, we will play 12 tonight, 10 tomorrow night, and then move into the semi-finals where we will bring in the doubles. And then we also bring in the exhibition players. Now, this exhibition players is so wonderful. You know, everybody knows Shaquem, that will rival Venom. He would play with his brother Akeem. There was an Akeem before a Shaquem. His older brother used to play so well, and then he just been a little bit, and he's back now. And I say, you know what, come and do a showdown with your brother Raheem. So they're three nurse brothers
It's
who have
Shakim,
green,
Akeem, and Raheem.
in order. Akeem, Shakim, and Raheem. And those guys are very, very talented. So you will see Akeem play Raheem. And then we have the Clark brothers, which is Azari and Suave Clark. These guys are very talented. They are playing each other. And there's another set of matchups. It's not coming to me right now, but it's awesome tennis. And we have a rematch. They had a recently concluded tournament called Last Man Standing that was held by the Garrison Historics. That's a very new club and they're doing very well. And the CEO is Jackie Collis and a young man called Jaden Mears. I mean, he probably wasn't even born when Adrian Scott was playing and he rivaled him. And Adrian Scott came back from 2018 and won. So this will be the rematch. This will culminate to be the final finale. But there will be a bigger finale called
Not
the
final finale and then the bigger finale.
There's a bigger one coming. I mean,
bigger one.
In form of entertainment. In form of entertainment, not tennis. Where we would have a big karaoke session going. You will see the biggest hamper ever in Barbados. The person probably have to use a wheelbarrow. I'll prepare it. It's $5 to enter the karaoke competition. The patrons will vote for the winner and they will walk away with a massive hamper. Compliments of my sponsors.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful.
It's
and I can see
stuff.
that you enjoy tennis.
Yes, I do.
And we've been talking about community spirit and giving all morning. I think that's been the theme that's been running through everything we're talking about. And here you are, someone who moved into a new neighborhood, and one of the neighbors got you into this sport that you've kind of now taken up the mantle.
That is correct.
Yeah, to the extent that you've been really awarded in a major way on a national stage. So you received the sports award from the Prime Minister.
In
that must
2018,
have been
yes.
a
It
really
was a surprise for me.
proud moment for you. Tell me about from the moment that you heard you were being awarded.
Yeah, when I got the news, I was so surprised. I told my family, and my sister, she's always very professional. And she said, you know what? You have to see it in writing. And then I got the invitation. She said, you know what? Here's the proof. Here's the proof.
Sounds like my sister. You have to say it in writing before you can celebrate.
Of course, of course. And I mean, I really enjoyed that moment. It was held at the law school. I felt really proud. I took a lot of pictures. I share that footage all the time because I find that sometimes when you receive an award when you don't expect it, that is when it is really a big voila moment. And that was it for me. And then I continued working in my community, and in 2022, I think I received another one from my minister in Davidson Ishmael for my work and involvement in road tennis in the community at that level. So I never stop. It's my passion. It's my passion. I have two beautiful grandchildren, and they will be with me on Saturday and Sunday to assist me anyway, because I want to encourage them to keep the spirit alive, give back, and of course, keep pushing our beautiful game of indigenous road tennis to the world.
Well, you most certainly have been sharing it with the community and by extension the world in the way that you are kind of shaping these tournaments and making a way for women to be a part of it in a major way.
Thank you.
Now, you have a few talents because she showed up with this gorgeous piece here for me, only to be outdone by hers or rivaled, at least. No road tennis here, but a little rivalry going on with the corsages. Tell us about that, because this in and of itself is a talent as well.
Thank you so much. I think it's a talent I got from my mom. My mom was very thrifty, and she always had the attitude, always try. And I come along saying, you know what? I can do anything. It might take me longer, but I'm going to do it. And everything I do it for myself. And I like nice things. So I would never do a faulty product. I would never do anything that I don't think is worthy of what I expect. That is why when the Touch of Class brand, I said I'm coming as the last female organizer in Barbados, basically. So I have to be a cut above the rest. So that is why it was the Touch of Class. But I also do upholstery. I do so many different things. And I enjoy it because it's a gift. And I keep doing it all the time. People ask me, why are you working so hard? You know, you retire from work, and why are you doing all this stuff? I say it's a gift, and I love meeting people. I love seeing the smiles on people's faces and the reaction. It's like live theater when I'm out there. The things they say, and they're so surprised. A lot of people say, I can't afford it. I said, it's not a problem. Here it is. I said, you're giving me? I said, yes, because God gave me a gift, and you want it, and I don't want to deny you of it. So I live and drink, I breathe my passion for everything I do, and I love road tennis. And I always say whoever's hosting, I want to be involved because sponsors don't really check for that. They want to see their brand next to something that looks worthy. And road tennis should always end with a touch of class.
Absolutely. How long does it take you to pull together a piece like this, or is it determined by, how many little implements you use with it, how many pieces are involved? Because I see ribbon, you have some flowers. I mean, there's so many little things going on. Even this, a little ornament. I see some stars on yours.
Yes, I say this one I want to wear this one because I like purple, and I say, boy, I'm a star girl. So I found this star. I said, I'm going to wear the star this morning. And I love purple as well, color of my brand, my Touch of Class brand. And I said I'm going to incorporate purple, but they don't take me long to make. Over the years, I've been making it now probably for more than 20 years. I tell people I'm the original corsage lady. And I see my stuff over the years. And sometimes I say, you know what? You kept that well. Here's another one. And they say, wow, people keep asking me. And they ask me, where you got it from? I said, because I have a durable product. And I feel proud to see people wearing it for all these years and it's just still going strong. So, take me less than 10 minutes to put one of those pieces together? Less than that.
All right. And you custom them as well?
Pardon me?
Custom orders?
Yeah, I customize orders for choirs and stuff like that. But my beautiful part is I try not to have no two pieces alike. So you have a unique piece. So you can see, I see the person that unless it's customized for a choir or special function. But then again, I have every piece should be like your own identity, your own flair, so you can tell them if you want purple ball, red flowers, a bowl, go left, go right, and I can do that for you because you know what?
Not go left, go right.
I want you to enjoy your product and you purchase it from me.
And you're funny too. Listen, it's not lost on me that you said you also do upholstery. You have to tell us about that.
I do upholstery. I do bolsters for like physiotherapy clinics. I do bolsters, half bolsters, whole bolsters, wedges, massage tables, to work for gyms, like all that soft upholstery, dining sets. I will not do sofas. That is too labor intensive and too much heavy lifting. There's those soft stuffs.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you. And gardening.
We often hear the first part of the quote, a jack of all trades and a master of none. And people use it almost in a negative type fashion. So they say, oh, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, but they never complete the quote, which is, jack of all trades and master of none is better than a master of one. That most certainly is you this morning.
Thank you so much.
But congratulations to you for reaching out and sharing that community spirit at this time of year in the way that you do in many ways, but particularly for Miranda. So I want to encourage you now to, talk to Barbados, encourage them one final time to come out and support this very worthy cause for a very worthy lady.
Thank you. Okay, what I must say is Miranda is very, very strong. In the just concluded National Cine Games, Miranda participated, and we saw her pause several times, kneeling over and applying spray. And I never knew until I made contact what it was all about. And she fought and she won her category. And that was miraculous. So once again, this lady is fighting. She have given everything from 2020 to now. I know it's our turn for Christmas to come and give back to Miranda. We would have a beautiful atmosphere, it would be safe, and you would have everything there that is worthy to take part in. The draws, the karaoke, the quality tennis, and of course some beautiful Christmas music. And Miranda will be there. So come on out, bring your funds and give freely, and you don't have to limit it to anything. Be taking any amount of cash you have, just bring it on. It will go to a very worthy cause. I also want to take this time, because Miranda's watching me. Miranda, we love you, we are rooting for you, and this will be a very memorable one, and it will be a beautiful Christmas gift. Keep fighting because we are fighting with you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And that wheelbarrow that Juliet said she is going to need to bring the
biggest hamper
the
ever.
Gift hamper should be the wheelbarrow that she uses to wheel out all of the money that you bring to be a part of this cause. I've really enjoyed talking to you today.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you for my corsage.
You're most welcome. And it's beautiful on you. The colors is beautifully coordinated. And it has you look like a diamond.
Oh, How about that? She's a star, I'm a diamond.
Yes.
Good girls.
You're most
All
welcome.
right. Thank you again, Juliet Worrell, CEO of Touch of Class Women's Road Tennis. Come out for a worthy cause. It starts tonight and continues through the weekend. Time for another break. Remember, Morning Barbados is brought to you with the compliments of Jordan's Supermarket. Head on in, 4 locations to serve you better. In Bridgetown, Fairchild Street, and of course on Baxter's Road. On the West Coast at Fitz Village, and in the North at Speightstown. Make Jordan's Supermarket your choice this Christmas and beyond. Coming up next, we're going to give you a big chance to win with the Jingle and Win All the Way competition. That is with the compliments of Standard and Flow. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, it's time to jingle all the way and to win. I am too corny with this. All with the compliments of Flo. Have to say a very special good morning to the entire team. I know working hard around this time of year, and over to our retail partners at Standard as well. Of course, Standard. They're the reason for everything you're seeing here on the set on Morning Barbados. So, from the sofas to all of the accessories and fixtures, even the flowers. And they are indeed artificial. We get lots of questions as to whether the flowers are real or not, and the plants. They're all available at Standard on Wildy. Now it's time for you to win. Now we have these beautiful prizes here on display, an assortment of local wines. You can beautiful setup, and there are various other parts to this that you can get as well. So you can use it for your entertaining, for your storing your glasses and stuff like that, which we have in here. Or, sometimes I use mine as an ice bucket, or this wonderful laptop cooling stand. These are the things that are available today with the compliments of Standard and Flow. All you have to do is answer a simple question and you could be a lucky, lucky winner. Remember, you're calling us on 228-5562 or 228-5563, and you can win every single day to the end of the year with Morning Barbados. So here is your question. Now, you'd recognize over the last few days, it's been a theme, so I certainly hope you've been keeping up with it. In the song 12 Days of Bajan Christmas by the Outpatients, what did his girlfriend give him on the third day of Christmas? So, there's a song called 12 Days of Bajan Christmas by the Outpatients. What did his girlfriend give him on the third day? Call me up, 228-228-5563 for your chance to win with the compliments of Flow and Standard. I am told that the phone lines are going crazy already. So we're going to take in the first call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling me from? All right, we're still working on letting me hear it. A few technical glitches. Just hold on for me, just for a little bit. All right, so repeat that for me. Your name and where you're calling from?
St. Michael.
St. Michael. You have to stop listening to the TV and listen to the phone, or there will be a delay. So what's your name again? All right. Do you have any idea what this person got from his girlfriend in this song on the third day of Christmas?
Let me see.
It's an authentically Bajan thing that we all love to eat.
Ham.
Ham? It would have been good if it was ham, but it wasn't ham. All right, so no, sorry, you don't win. All right, let's take another call. That was a little bit of a trap. I'm sorry. He was right, it's ham, but it's not ham in the song, all right? So 228-5562, 228-5563, and tell me in that song, I think people are like now rushing to Google to figure out what he's saying that he got on this third day of Christmas. It is hilarious. It really is. So let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hi, good morning. I'm calling from Black Rock.
Good morning, my Black Rock neighbor. Where in Black Rock are you calling us from?
From Clevedale, St. Michael.
Christmas. What did...
My name is Sheena. Oh, there's a Christmas.
I didn't hear what. Oh my! Didn't hear what you said.
Sheena from Black Rock, St. Michael.
Okay, Sheena, but
you're cutting in and out.
Do you have the answer?
This person got from his girlfriend in this song on the third day of Christmas.
Sheena, you're listening to your TV set, so it's delayed. You have to listen to the phone.
Yes, please.
All right. So I'm going to let you hear everything that I said 7 seconds ago. Answer me. Oh, Sheena's gone. See, you have to listen to your telephone and not get a little confused because there's a delay in place. All right. And some of that is due to, the fact that we're now digital as well. So you want to make sure you listen to your phone, turn down the TV sets a little bit. Let's take another phone call as we try to get someone to win one of these wonderful prizes with the compliments of Flow and Standard. So back to the phone line. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Marcia and I'm calling from St. Michael.
Hey, Marcia.
Hi.
Thanks for watching Morning Barbados. Are you
Thank you.
Are you a Christmas person?
Yes, please.
All right. So curtains up and everything already. Are you getting there?
I'm getting there.
All right. So that's a Christmas Christmas Eve thing?
Yes, please.
As it should be. Good stuff. All right. Just a little for you. Tomorrow on Morning Barbados, we are talking about changing out the curtains, and we have an expert. So that's coming up tomorrow. But today, the big question on the table is, what did the guy get from his girlfriend on the third day of Christmas in the song titled 12 Days of Bajan Christmas, performed by the Outpatients?
I think it's 3 French hens.
All right. If it was a Bajan girlfriend, would she give him 3 French hens?
No.
She would give him 3 what?
3 chickens.
And what do Bajans call chickens?
Fowls.
The whole Bajan thing. Or what kind of fowl?
Yard fowls. Am I right?
You are right. She gave him 3 yard fowls.
Yard fowls.
Yes. 3 yard fowls, 2 packs of soda bakes, and a blackbird in a pear tree.
That's right.
That definitely is a Bajan Christmas. Now pick a number.
Between what and what?
1 and 3. 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, I'll take 3.
Number 3. This is number 2. So not this one. This one is number 1, which means that you also, like our guest from yesterday, walk away with an assortment of Bajan wines. And there are all kinds of flavors. I don't know if you're going to get any that have the fruit that you want for Christmas, but this one is golden apple, and there are a few other flavors that you will be getting in your assortment of wine. So happy Christmas to you, and thanks for participating. All right?
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, have a great day. Thank you so much for participating in our Jingle All the Way and Win Daily giveaway with the compliments of Flo and Standard. We're going to up the ante, so you're going to have even greater prizes as we continue, because we're giving away prizes all the way till the end of the year right here on Morning Barbados. Jingle all the way and win. We'll be right back after this.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM.
Morning to you.
Welcome back to Morning Barbados. It's just about 8 minutes to go before the 8 o'clock hour. Now, underway in St. Kitts and Nevis at this very time is the 13th Caribbean Conference on Comprehensive Disaster Management, or CDM 13. Over 300 professionals in disaster management have gathered for a powerful week of discussions, collaboration, and innovation, all focused on building resilience all across the region. We wanted to share with you some of the highlights of that conference.
This is the 13th Caribbean Conference on Comprehensive Disaster Management, or as we like to call it, CDM 13, under the theme Road to Resilience, Checkpoint 2024, leveling up for a dynamic future.
We really want to do more, and we really want to build on that success. And I really do want for development partners to understand that, yes, we have achieved, but we want to be able to build on that success.
I hope you understand how committed we are, how passionate we are about helping you. And I will never stop admiring the resilience of the people of this region.
I must extend my heartfelt gratitude and also congratulations to the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister, and the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis for graciously agreeing to host, because this is a pivotal moment for all of us in the Caribbean, where resilience, it's not just a goal, it is a necessity. Your presence is a testament to your commitment to advancing resilience in our region and beyond.
Disasters have taught us hard lessons, and those lessons have propelled us to embrace a more prepared and sustainable future. But resilience is not a solitary endeavor, and that is important. It is not a solitary endeavor. We must work together.
Definitely a good time was had by all, but most importantly, I hope you heard exactly what the head of SEDEMA said. It really is incumbent on all of us to make sure that we move toward a more sustainable environment, and that means to ease up on the littering, people. I'm still driving around and people are driving around in vehicles and throwing things out. Will end up all right, so just remember that. When I was little, there were some PSAs that used to say, tourism is our business, let's play our part. And the other one that I liked was one that talked about not littering in Barbados. So that's what we absolutely need to do. Now, before we go, we want to remind you that we also have going on across the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation network. That's on our radio stations as well as TV8. The What You Can Give Me for Christmas promotion, and you can be a part of it. We are taking names. So all you have to do is send your name and telephone number in via WhatsApp or by email. You're sending to 467-5465 or emailing marketing@cbc.bb to December. We're going to be calling you. So if we call you, you have to answer your phone with what you can give me for Christmas for a chance to win. So make sure that your name is in there. All you have to do is answer the phone that way for a chance to win and win big with us. All right. Today is Thursday. That means Q Day. You know what that means. Q is coming to a community near you. So head on out today with us. We are going to be at the BTI Car Park in Speightstown, St. Peter, hosted by the Milestone Bar. The Q bus is going to leave gate number 1 from the Granville Williams bus terminal. The first trip is going to leave at 11 o'clock this morning. So go get on the Q bus if you want to go straight down to the BTI car park. For those people who are wondering, where is that? It's just after you pass Chafet, that car park there on the left. That is the BTI car park in Speightstown. So anything going to Speightstown or heading north, bar mile and a quarter is what you want to get in to be able to get there to Speightstown to enjoy that space with the Q family today. Remember, there's karaoke, there's dancing, people playing dominoes. It's usually streaming as well, so there's lots for you to do, and of course great entertainment as well as we look toward the festive season at Christmas. Again, hosted by the Milestone Bar. So head on out to Q in the community today. That's it for our show. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed Morning Barbados for today. We have a fantastic show planned for you as well tomorrow. So we're hoping that you can come back and share. So we catch up with producer, director, fixer, and drone operator Phil Archer. I had the opportunity to work with Phil in a number of capacities, and he's been working with a Netflix series in particular, but he's doing some wonderful work across the globe and flying the Bajan flag high. He also authored a book with Stotely Murray, so we're going to take a look at all of that. He will be our Bajan Afar and personality feature for tomorrow. Also, St. Matthew's Primary School Christmas show is coming up, so we'll be telling you more about that. In the next chapter, a husband and wife team have teamed up to write a book, and we'll share more about that particular book that they're presenting us with. Plus, Risa Garns is going to be on the couch chatting with me about her life and career. You definitely don't want to miss that. She's been taking off in the reggae arena, but she's been around for quite some time. So it's going to be interesting to find out what Risa has been up to and where she's heading with her career. And then, of course, our friends from Ansa Motors are going to be in. They're going to be Proton X50, an SUV. It's a crossover SUV. We had an opportunity to see it, and it self-parks. It's beautiful. It's a 7-seater. You definitely want to see it. They're going to be driving that Proton right here to CBC for us to get a look and feel for it. And they're also going to be showing another surprise vehicle. So a special good morning to everybody at Ansa Motors getting ready to drive on into CBC and Morning Barbados. We're also going to be talking with Kimberly Payne of Emerald Living, compliments of our friends from Standard. And we're looking at curtains. You know, at Christmas time, all Bajans want to get the best looking curtains that really suit your space. So Kimberly is sharing that expertise and showing off what's available at Standard as well. That's all coming up tomorrow on Morning Barbados, plus a few drinks as the mixologist, a little bit of food. It's Christmas time after all. All that and more tomorrow. On behalf of the entire team, go safely, and we'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up.